All right, let's go ahead and bring the house lights all the way down, pitch black. For today's explainer, we aren't just breaking down a text. We're actually putting on a full mental theatrical production. It's a grim Gothic fable, the prologue to a mythic story called The Jester's Journey. So as your director today, I want you to step into the space with me. We're going to explore the rotting reality of civilization entirely through the lens of Nietzschean philosophy and some serious psychological tension. Now, in that total darkness, I want you to imagine hearing just a single, faint ring of a silver bell, just once. It sets up our opening quote perfectly. The most dangerous jester is not the one who makes you laugh. It is the one who makes you realize you've been laughing at yourself all along. This fool, he's not here for slapstick. He is the uncanny incarnate. He's here to show us that the joke is actually us. Act 1. The world before the fool. Picture a kingdom with no walls, no king, and no name. And the terrifying part? You've literally lived in it your entire life. This place is an oppressive gray monument to Friedrich Nietzsche's concept of herd morality. You know, that deeply ingrained fear of stepping out of line, so you just blindly follow the crowd. It's not run by tyrants with swords, it's run by performance. Everyone's just reading from a script they didn't even write.
And the source material redefined civilization in a really brilliant way here. It isn't about grand architecture. It's a trap built completely out of invisible agreements that dictate our every single move. It's that unwritten rule book telling you exactly how to act so you don't spook the herd.
And then there's morality. But look, morality here is completely stripped of any actual virtue. It's not about good and evil at all. It's just the silent agreements that tell you when you're supposed to weep, when to smile, when to choke down your rage and just stay perfectly quiet. It's a choreographed dance, but there's absolutely no music playing. And decency? Wow. Decency is nothing more than a performance masking a massive void. It's putting on the right face of grief at a funeral or projecting your so-called virtue on glowing screens. It's ambition dressed up in expensive silk. It's all a prop, you guys. The whole shebang is just a costume. Which brings us to sanity. Sanity is basically just the collective, deafening silence of a society that flat out refuses to see its own emptiness. You're walking through these gleaming marble halls built to sell you stuff you don't even need. And as long as you don't scream, well, congratulations, you're sane. So we're really looking at a psychological descent here. On the surface, you've got this painted facade, the gleaming marble, the silk. But underneath, oh, it is rotting wood. And it doesn't rot loudly. It's this silent, creeping decay hiding right beneath a fresh coat of paint. It just keeps rotting, slowly and silently, until one day somebody casually leans back against that painted wall and crack. Their hand goes straight through the wood. The illusion is instantly shattered. And that right there is the exact moment our catalyst enters the stage. Act 2. The call to the uncanny. Thus arrived the holy fool. Imagine those heavy wooden doors swinging open, and he steps right into the center of the marble floor. The entire court is this dark, moody, suffocating gray, right? And here he is, this jarring, violent burst of vibrant color. He bows low, and for the very first time, the bells on his motley ring at the exact perfect moment. That deafening silence of the court, it is completely punctured. Act 3. The Jester's Wager. He looks up at the dais, and the tension in the room is just palpable. He offers the silent king a wager, and it all hinges on the number 3. He doesn't want gold. He wants 3 dances, 3 dark nights, 3 masks, and 3 mirrors, all meticulously designed to rip that painted surface right off the rotting wood. He's basically laying out a 3-step Nietzschean attack. Step 1, he's going to stand where the kingdom grieves and just laugh. Not to be cruel to the dead, but to shatter the absolute pretense of sorrow from the living. Step 2, he'll sit among the gilded nobility and act more like them than they dare to, completely exposing the parasite hiding behind their polite society. And step 3, he's going to dance at the shrine of commerce, shouting the questions we've all replaced with shopping, forcing everyone to look directly into the void of their own purchases. But he issues an ultimatum, a massive risk. If his mirrors fail, if he does all this and the kingdom watches and feels absolutely nothing, well, then he promises to just leave. If civilization's clothing actually covers something real, he'll admit he's just a fool with noisy bells, and he'll walk away. But if
he succeeds. If even one mirror cracks their facade, he promises to deliver this ultimate truth. He tells the king to his face that civilization is a joke half told, and that every throne is built upon a stone of what the citizens refuse to hold. The entire power structure relies entirely on people refusing to face the truth.
Act 4. The Anatomy of Silence.
I want you to feel the air just leave the room here. The king is silent for a very, very long time. And the court? They do not speak. The jester has just laid out the utter artifice of their entire lives. The tension is unbearable. They're paralyzed, completely terrified that moving a single muscle will prove the jester right.
Look at how the greatest minds of the kingdom completely break under this psychological mirror. The philosopher is just staring at his hands. He has no vocabulary for a prophet who weaponizes a smile. The high minister is nervously straightening a perfectly fine cuff, trapped in this weird mechanical performance of order because it's literally all he has left. And the Lord Chamberlain? He's staring off into the middle distance, looking directly into the void where nothing is. You can almost hear the architecture groaning. The invisible agreements of the kingdom are starting to lean. That rotting wood is finally giving way under the sheer weight of the jester's truth.
So as we drop the curtain on today's explainer, I want to leave you with a question from the jester's stage. Think about the scripts you blindly follow every single day. When was the last time you leaned against the walls of your own invisible agreements? And honestly, did your hand go straight through? Keep questioning the script, folks. We'll catch you next time.